let's start with a little bit of history. The airport, you were always trying to seed it to get rid of the fog. How come you can no longer do that?
You know, they started making the aircraft that was dispersing the dry ice fly-in instrument approach. He used to just make a hole in the clouds and turn around and land. And they said you can't do that unless you have 3 miles visibility. So he had to go out 25 miles and 10,000 feet. Sometimes they were starting to ice up, which is not good for aircraft. Sometimes by the time they got back, it had filled in. Anyway, long story short, for safety reasons, we gave up that system. But we still knew we had fog, and so we started analyzing different ways that we might do it, and Casper came into existence. And now we'll be able to run this balloon up 500 feet, and it has a basket that'll disperse the dry ice, and will troll up and down the runway. It'll be tethered to an operations vehicle, and we'll be able to hit exactly the spot on the runway that we want. We'll actually use less dry ice and have it right in the area that it's needed the most.
Anyone else doing this?
No. There's some other systems to try and get rid of fog, some with gases. One airport tows a hot flare behind them, but again, you got a plane flying. So we think this will, if it works well here, we think others will use it.
A year ago, you thought maybe you were ready to use it, but that wasn't the case. How come last winter you weren't able to use it?
Well, FAA, the regional people gave us an approval pretty quickly, but the air traffic control people are on an international system already where they like us to meet international standards. And so we had to put it through a long evaluation process, and we've gone through that, and we got our approval this summer, and this year we're ready to go. And it's been so effective so far that Casper's just scared the fog away, but when the fog comes, we're ready for it.
Right now, Casper is inflated, so do you keep it inflated at this time of year?
Yeah, we inflated it a week or so ago, and we actually have to put additional helium into it periodically to keep it fully charged. But we're set up now so that in the morning at 4 o'clock we evaluate. The first flights take off at 5, the tower opens at 6. We can be ready at 6 o'clock to be cloud seeding. Yeah, we have it on a spool and a winch, and we can let it up to 500 feet, which gives us a good ceiling for aircraft to operate under. And it's tethered, in fact, it's double tethered to a truck for safety. We can get it up or down in 90 seconds. And so we can bring it down and add additional dry ice. We can change batteries in the motor. We can do whatever needs to be done, go back up, probably in less than 10 minutes. When we were doing it with an aircraft, you had to land, you had to taxi. Sometimes it was an hour in between runs. Now we do have a smaller payload, we carry less dry ice, but we'll be able to switch it out really fast.
Now this is the actual instrument that distributes the dry ice, yeah?
Yes, this is the basket is what we call it, but this disperses it evenly and in the pattern that we need.
I look at that basket and see that it's small, in my opinion. That can carry enough dry ice to get the job done?
Well, we have a balance in it because we have to keep this light enough for the helium balloon to lift it well. And so it'd be nice if it was bigger, but this will last about 30 minutes. And usually we can clean up the area that we need to clear in that amount of time. If we don't, it can come down in 90 seconds, reload it, and go back up in 90 seconds. So we don't lose much time. There's an auger that comes down through here, and then this spins, and this is what flings the dry ice. And it's on this battery powered motor. We've tested it, but not in fog, but that part works really good. And we'll actually get it up to altitude of 500 feet, again tethered. And then with a remote control device like this that people use like for model aircraft with an actuator, when we're all set and in the right position, we turn it on from the truck.
And again, this is something that you've built from scratch in essence, right? This isn't an idea born here.
Yeah, this was done in-house. My operations guys, my maintenance guys have put it together. This is the second version. We still have the first version as a backup, but this is a little prettier than the first version.
How'd the name come about?
You know, we like the name because it kind of looks like Casper, and so we reverse engineered it, and it stands for, I hope I can get this right, Cable Attached System Providing Effective Release, Casper.
advertising opportunities?
You know, maybe, but we're only using it in low visibility, so that'd be a hard sell, but I wouldn't rule it out.